4 important questions. Before you create or market another offer, you should go through this exercise the same way, like I said, do a daily activity so that before you go and start running around for the day, you have a plan for what to do. Here are the 4 questions. What does your prospect have in the before state of mind? Where are they right now? What are their fears? What are their anxieties? What is frustrating them? What are the things they hate right now about their current state? There, you want to think, what does your prospect have in the after state? In other words, when you have dealt with them, you are the doctor now. When you have treated them, what do they have now? You want to try to articulate it. That's the hard work. You have to put, number 1, this offer I want to create. What is the before state of my clients? 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to think it through. And then, when my client buys this, how does this take them to the after state? In other words, 1 satisfied state. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can articulate that well before you bring out your product and it made sense to you, your product will have success in the marketplace. Customers will not be your problem, especially customers who have the before state problem. Many times when people don't buy our stuff, it's because we didn't articulate these things well. That's why they are not buying the book, God Created a Woman, by the way, Bishop. That's why they're not buying your book, because that's not what people want. What people want, you didn't ask them. You just went to write the book. So there is no before state in your mind. Even if you didn't ask them what was the before state, what was the after state, when they read your book, what is the after state they're going to get? Very, very important. Very, very important. Number 3 question, how does your prospect feel in the before state? Feeling is important. How are they feeling right now? If you don't know, you ask them. If you are part of them, you ask yourself. In my own case, I was feeling very, very hot. I have pain in my mouth. I hated my mouth when I wake up in the mornings. I have to struggle because I'm a teacher. I have to come here and teach. I can't be complaining to my audience all the time that I'm having pain. I've had to teach through pain for the last 3 weeks. You guys may not know that, but that's not your job. You paid me to come and train. So I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that I can't even eat what I want, because once food touches the tooth, the pain goes up. So I have to start eating from one side of my mouth and then limit what I have to eat. And then how would they feel in the after state? Now they can eat what I'm still talking about the dentist analogy, but same way with you. In your own case, it might be they're in the weight loss area. They don't like how they feel about their weight. They're embarrassed when they go out. Their husband laughs at them. Their boyfriend likes at them. Nobody takes them to party. Whatever it is, that would be that they have to bring that out. Figure out how to either Q&A or whatever. And then how would they feel after that? Where all of a sudden now everybody wants to date her. Now nobody is talking about her weight anymore. Now nobody is leaving her out in a party. Whatever it is, you got to articulate it. Am I still tracking? Give me my 5 if I'm still tracking with you, if what I'm saying makes sense to you. I'm basically laying big framework for how you structure your funnel. You probably wouldn't have heard of this from anywhere. I don't think I've not seen many coaches teach it. That is why a lot of people don't have a good funnel, or they don't even have any at all, because the underlying thoughts behind it, nobody taught it to them. They just know that, okay, John Lee has this, so let me to go and create it. But you don't have the underlying mindset that John Lee has. So John Lee has a better result because he's creating what he already answered these questions for himself. Meanwhile, your own thing, you are just copying. You might get lucky because you are selling similar products and you find out that you are selling, but you really don't understand why you are selling. And there's nothing more important than knowing what you are doing to build a sustainable business online. You have to be very deliberate. Being deliberate means you know exactly what you are doing, why you are doing it. If you are going to go open a Telegram group, you are going to have to answer the question, why am I opening it? What is it going to be doing for me that right now I'm not getting? Then once you have answered the question, then you go open it. I'm not saying Telegram is bad. I'm not saying Facebook is bad. You got to be deliberate. Because too many assumptions in life. You assume because you see it, somebody else is doing it, is correct, but you don't know why they are doing it. I don't know how many of you have heard of the story of the grandmother and of the mother and child over a fish. There's this girl. She just watches her mother all the time when she's cooking fish. She noticed that every time her mother buys fish, she cuts it into two to put in the pot. Even if they are using a big pot, the woman will still cut it into two instead of putting it there whole. So this curious girl now asks the mom, "But mom, why do you always cut this fish, your fish into two before you cook?" Now the woman stopped and thought about it. Then she realized that she didn't really know why she's doing it. She said, "Oh, let me call your grandma. Your grandma, that's how grandma used to do it. That's how grandma taught me. Let me ask your grandma." So they pick up the phone, they call the grandma. And they say, "Grandma, your is asking, why do I cut my fish into two every time before I cook it? And I realized that I took it from you because I learned it from you." The grandmother too thought about it. I'm like, wait, oh, I don't know. That's how my mother used to do it. Luckily, the great grandmother is still alive. So they call the great grandmother and say, "Well, all your children are asking, are we cutting fish into two before we cook?" Then the grandmother started laughing. It's like, "What do you mean?" That I used to cut it into two because when we were growing up, we use a very small pot, so the fish cannot fit into the pot. So I cut it into two all the time so that it can fit into the pot. See, here is 3 generations who is copying the woman, not even knowing why she's doing it. They thought that was a reason or maybe a spiritual thing into cutting fish into two. Meanwhile, there is not. The woman just did it because the pot she had cannot take the fish alone. And that's how many of us do digital business. We do it because we saw Dr. Kwe do it. We don't know why he's doing it. We do it because we see just like me. This bad habit is not left to you if you are not constantly, like I said, rechecking your thinking. If you are not constantly rechecking what you are doing, you will be copying people that you trust or people that you think know what they are doing without knowing why they are doing it. When my current coach now, this guy, Gary Anderson, when he spends almost all his day pushing these creator tokens, guess what? All of a sudden, now me too, I'm thinking, let me spend every day creating a Twitter space to sell creator tokens because they make money. And I saw myself make a little money, not big money, really. I mean, how much is $100 for God's sake? Okay, of so much hard work. But I didn't know the man, I didn't ask the man his reason for doing it. But when I thought about it, it makes sense to him because that is his business. You will never hear Gary say he's trying to help you build a sustainable online business. He never says that. That's not his business. His business is to help you make money as a creator, any which way you can. Go and look at his statement. He put it very clearly. It's on his site. It's on everything. Say, I help creators make money. When you look at his profile, that's what he does. He didn't say, I help creators or internet marketers build sustainable businesses online. That is me. Two different things. So he definitely can come every week and come up with a new shiny penny thing for them to go make money. As long as he makes money, he's done his job. It's to help you make money, and he's correct. Creator tokens do make creators money. I don't know how they will make it over the long time. It's possible some will make major money over the long time, but it helps them make money immediately. If you create your creator coin now and 2 or 3 people buy, you have made money. Even one person buys. For every purchase you own, you get 8.5%. But I didn't think of it in terms of why is the man doing that? How is that relevant to my own niche? I just followed it for a couple of days until yesterday when my brain reset itself. So you got to constantly ask yourself this. Even when you see me do stuff, doesn't mean you have to do it if it is not your niche. I am trying to help people create sustainable businesses online. Lee wants to help women bring up their children, 2 different niches. So everything I'm doing, you have to appraise it in the light of what your community needs. Do they even need a club like this one? Maybe what they need is not a community club like what I have, for instance. I don't know what your niche is. But it's not all of, I'm talking about everybody. I know definitely what Lee's zone is. So the point of the matter is that you have to keep, thank you, Phil Pot. Okay. So my thing is that you of course respect your coaches, you listen to them, but always apply what they teach in the light of your own niche. That's why having a niche is so critical. Unless your niche is mine, which is a whole different matter, then you can copy me all you want, because I'm going to try my best to do what is going to make my niche better. But even then, you also have to be critically analyzing. It might have to take you to even remind me that, coach, you are going out of line. When I start spending too much time on things that don't help people to create sustainable businesses online, or that doesn't build a community. I'm supposed to be building a community. So the Beast tokens should be more than enough for me. That is a token to build my community. All those other creator coins is really taking them away from building a community. And that's the truth. If everybody goes to create a creator coin, they're supposed to be, then they will start building their own community. They're not going to come here. So it really is not my business to be promoting that, even though I think it's a good thing for everybody. I'm not going to let you not make money if you want. So I hope everybody is following me here. Very important. When rolling out a new offer and before creating your funnel or starting a company or moving to a new market, get clear on your before and your after. Where is the one and where is the satisfied? So when we come back, we'll talk about, we take a little break and I'll take your questions. And then we talk about step 2 in the customer maximization.